Role. I'm the father of the author, who is the debut author, Reka Kaponay. And I'd like to start by saying a warm welcome to all of you who have come here tonight. I want to start by saying a big thank you to the readings group here tonight, who've provided such a beautiful venue for us to be able to present the debut of our daughter's book. In fact, they're such a wonderful group supporting self-publishing authors and authors in general, and I couldn't have thought of a better place to have it. So thank you so much for the staff and the proprietors of reading. So a big thank you to them, please. And without further ado, what I would like to do is invite the author of Dawn of the Guardian to come up here and tell us all about how she wrote this book.
Yeah, so thank you all so much for coming tonight and supporting us, and thank you to Readings also for hosting us. And I just want to start with a little bit of... So I'll start, sorry. When we set off in June of 2012, it was very much a leap into the unknown. We had no idea where our journey would take us. So I had no idea that we would spend a year RVing around the States. I didn't know that we would ride horses through Ecuador and camels through India. And I certainly didn't know that I would write my own fantasy fiction adventure novel. So I have definitely this newfound admiration and appreciation for my parents, who took my brother and I along on this journey and in turn gave us so many incredible memories and experiences for our childhood. Yeah, so also it was so much adventure, excitement and escapades, but there was also a lot of uncertainty. And one thing we could be certain of was the stories, because our journey has been one of many, many stories. The stories of the places we visited, the cultures we've experienced, the languages we've learned, and the people we've met. The baker in Vilcabamba in Ecuador, who baked my brother and I chocolate chip cookies every morning. The Berber who led our donkeys through Morocco, and our tour guide in Moscow. They all have their own stories. And while we were explorers, we were also honoured to be listeners. And they all inspired me to put pen to paper and write. So I've always loved, for as long as I can remember, I've always loved to read and write. And a book was as attached to me as a birthmark and a pen as fingernails. So I was always enamored by how a book could capture you and draw you in and take you to some other place. I think there's something very magical about that. For me, reading is dreaming with your eyes open. So the library writing competitions were always a regular outlet for all my outlandish sci-fi stories and Home Alone ideas. And my writing also evolved when we started off on our travels, and I created my blog of Dreamtime Traveller. So Cassandra Clare, who's an author, also her books are here tonight, once said, "One must always be careful of books and what is inside them, for words have the power to change us." I've always wanted to be one of those magical storytellers who could weave a tale as delicately as fine fabric on a loom, or who could create words so profound they could change someone. When I started writing Dawn of the Guardian, looking back on writing Dawn of the Guardian, it's such a blur. You remember the strangest of things. There are winter nights in Budapest, freezing winter nights in Budapest, and sleepless days, summer days in Spain, and endless conversations with myself when walking the Camino de Santiago, and this flickering salt lamp in my grandma's bedroom here in Melbourne. And throughout it all, this constant tappity-tap-tap of the keyboard. I also remember the day I completed the first draft of the book, and that was also the day I broke the springs of our bed in Budapest from jumping up and down on it. So, there was this amazing feeling of this giddiness, this lightness in the head that I could only equate to when we were in Peru at 5,000 meters in the Andes. And it was incredible. So now that we're sort of reaching the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new, I'd like to thank a few people. First of all, my grandparents, my grandma, I'm not sure where they are, but yeah, Mama and Ilongka Mama, thank you all so much for your support and belief in me. Ilongka Mama, you play a living room bowling with us still at 82, so thank you. And Noj Mama for making cucumber salad for me when I was down. So thank you. Also Tori, thank you so much. You've been such an inspiration to me writing this novel, and I just want to tell you how grateful I am for that you're here tonight. Also Miss Pethika, as I remember you, or Haley, yeah, over there. You are my first grade teacher, and you set alight this spark that I love, that led me on this journey of writing. So thank you so much. My parents, Mum and Dad, thank you so much for believing in me and supporting in me and understanding when I zoned out during dinner because I had another idea for the book. And also my brother, where are you? This book is dedicated to you. So I want you to know that because this journey has also been an incredible roller coaster ride of ups and downs, and you've kept me smiling, laughing through it all. So I wanted to end with one more quote, and this is a quote by David Ruben Aslan, and it is, "A book is not alive until it is read. Once read, it lives forever." So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart tonight for coming, because tonight you've all joined me in giving Dawn of the Guardian life. So thank you very much.
Can I throw it to you? Is it possible? I'm going off script here. If anybody has some questions, would you come up and answer them now at all? All right, that's great, wonderful. So, is there any questions out there about a 14-year-old writing a novel?
The dog. And yeah, so it all really came together while we were in Andalusia and in Arcos de la Frontera, which is the setting for this book. And yeah.
Thank you.
Yes?
Did you reach a point where you actually thought, I am stuck, I cannot go on, I just can't find a way?
Absolutely. There were so many times like that. I don't know if I could even count. But I think the best thing sort of I had to do then was sort of take a step away and go for a walk with Mum and Dad and just sort of take a step back, and then when I got back there was always a new burst of inspiration. So, but there were definitely a lot of times where I just wanted to sort of, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any way your peers in the school supporting you?
Absolutely. We have our people here tonight, Archie and Aisha, and yeah, they're old schoolmates because we did leave school when we were in at the end of grade 2, but also people from our homeschooling, Hannah, Rachel, yeah.